Martins.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another wonderful episode of Grassroots Chats Euro Special. With me, the host, MC SaabiiBoi, and today I have the lads, big Mr. Thanos DJ, and of course, the aggressor himself, Mike N. Mike N. What's happening, boys? You had a good rest, a good summer so far, enjoying the weather?
He says it on the days you're raining hard in London. I've been good.
It's good. How you doing, Mike? All good?
Yeah, cool again.
And rumor has it that you've been hitting the gym hard, man. You preparing for something that we don't know about.
Yeah, I mean you having that cage match, on Saturday.
Easy money, man. Easy money. Anyway, let's get to it, man. I hope you have enjoyed the Euros. We all know who won, and the England v Italy game was an amazing game. Very nice, wonderful talking points. But before we start talking about the plaudits and who the wonderful players were, let us start with the key facts and key terms of that wonderful game. Now, the first question I'm going to ask you boys is very simple. I'll start with you, Mike. I'll start with you. What did Southgate get wrong? What's the number one thing that you think Southgate got wrong in that game yesterday? Or did he not get anything wrong and it was just an Italian team was just way superior to the English team?
No, I think that when he went up early doors, Italy wanted a kosh all over the place. He should have pressed it and smashed another couple in because Harry Kane looked decent. Looked like his old self in the first 15 minutes. After that, he was a bit dead. But anyway, didn't really press it in the first half. Second half comes, it's like a rope. I don't know if you watch boxing, but remember Muhammad Ali rope-a-dope, just hanging there, tied him out. So after first half, when Italy could have been dead in the first half, they survived it. They grew into the game second half. Then it was all basically them. Southgate was still debating, shall I keep on this person? Shall I keep on that person? Don't really know why he started Mount. Nothing against Mount, but I just thought he'd be more aggressive for attacking. The subs he brought on, so that's Rashford and Sancho, and I think he brought in Saka as well. Those subs should have been made, and Grealish actually. Those subs should have been made earlier because ultimately you don't want to play the Italians in penalties anyway, and especially when we were dominant in the first half, just kill them in the first half and that's it. So he brought them on too late, so they had nothing really to contribute other than taking the penalty. I mean, if they score the penalties, then he's a genius. But I feel like you should always try to win the game and not settle for penalties when you don't have to.
So he started the game with 5 at the back pretty much. And I feel that the way the first half started, especially the first 15 minutes, Italy were not used to trying to penetrate 5-man defense. And as you said, it was loads and loads of counter in the sense that you had Trippier and Walker on pretty much on one wing. And the Italian 3 was struggling in terms of keeping the midfield compact. Now the question is, Steve, Southgate did really well in the first half. But as Mike said, they couldn't just finish it. So you would say at least the first 45 minutes he did really well. So what changed? Because in the second half, it was the same formation and no manager made a change at the second half. So what changed all of a sudden?
The experience of the Italian team. They grew into the game. They got to grips with what they needed to do during that halftime team talk. And their players have stepped up. They knew they had to change. They didn't change their personnel straight away, but they knew they had to change the way they were approaching the game. They've done that, and they come more into it. Verratti's got in on the ball. Jorginho was getting on the ball, and they were just passing them or keeping possession better. England was a little bit tired, wasn't pressing as hard. But I think that Southgate he made his changes too late. He should have looked to finish that game in 90 minutes. When the second half started, when the second half started and Italy were dominant, he should have made changes then. But it's like he didn't have a plan B. The plan he had went too well to start with, and he just didn't have a plan B.
Like when it was under the cosh and Italy were pressing them, that's the time to play counter-attacking football. Yeah. The furthest man forward is Harry Kane, who's got no pace. All he's going to do is for a little bit and then draw a foul, and we get a free kick and it goes out.
And the things that make Italy uncomfortable is pace, and you saw that when people like Saka come on. The tactics they were using to stop them.
That Chiellini foul was.
He just grabs it.
That is not a tactics, man. That's like outright wrestling.
So he didn't.
That's desperation.
I don't know if it's desperation. I think it's smart. He knew that once he had lost that ball, when it comes to pace, he knew he was done.
Yeah, so he's desperate. So
but the thing is, when you look at it, they got Sancho, Rashford, Sterling, Saka,
Foden,
all on the pitch quick. And they were never getting in behind them. They never tried to suck them up and get them in behind them.
Yeah, but now that you say that though. So in the first half, the whole from what we're reading, Mount was supposed to be the link between the midfield and the attack. So pretty much once the counter-attack starts, everything had to go towards either straight to the wing with Walker, Trippier, and Luke Shaw, and then Mount in the middle to receive that ball. Now, the problem is that, as you said in the second half, there was no outlet, regardless of all the pacey players out there. The Italians locked shop. And remember, they had Chiesa and Insigne on the left. So they too had their powerhouse in terms of moving forward. On that left-hand side, at a certain point, they had Chiesa, Emerson, and Insigne all on the left. Then at some point, Chiesa goes to the right. So England had no choice. They had to sit back. But then, as you say, sometimes you have to go for the attack. What changes do you think he should have made in the second half? Could it be that he was scared that, look, even with our counter-attacking style, these guys are keeping us way behind. So if I open it up by bringing more attacking players, they might actually score. What do you think, Steve?
I was saying that he should have brought on Grealish earlier because they needed someone to carry. They needed someone to carry the ball. But then when Grealish come on, the Italians were very smart in the way they defended against him. They weren't diving in. They were just standing up and shielding him and pushing him, directing him to areas of the pitch where he wasn't going to be as effective, which is not the tactic which is used against him in the Premiership. Everyone always dives in and gives away free kicks. Yeah, but a lot of time when he got towards the Italian box, they were just guiding him, standing up and guiding him out wide and stuff. I think. See, to me, Mount started, but I wouldn't have started with him.
No.
Who do you have started with, Mike? Who do you have started with?
I'd have started with the same team that he's just been winning.
Yeah, but Southgate is known for tweaking his formation.
Okay. So
depending on who he's playing. But as you did say, the first 45 minutes, it worked. So, then the Italians didn't change anything because in the first half, I was thinking, look, if I'm Mancini, go 4-4-2.
No, but they changed the outlook. They didn't change personnel, but they changed how they approached the game. So then it wasn't working anymore, right? So it's simple. And at some point, we saw that as he brought on Saka. So that indicates a change, and he took off Trippier, right? So that then shows it. But then Saka's not going to do it by himself. Harry Kane was way too deep all the time. In the second half, he looked tired.
If anything, what he should have done to me would have probably. Well, if it was me, I probably would have gone something like take off Declan Rice and bring on Henderson.
No,
to manage that team.
I'll tell you why that Declan Rice move is wrong, especially the way Declan.
He was playing well. No, it was moving like KDB, mate.
So the problem with the sweet thing about Declan Rice is that he was given the freedom to do all that because Calvin Phillips, will just sit. He had no business. I had no time going forward. But Rice was on a Vieira/King thing yesterday, man. The guy was and all that. Personally, I think when the second half started and then all of a sudden the Italians stepped up, so we were just bossing the game. So the Saka change should have been made sooner.
Yeah.
That's one. Mount should have gone up for Grealish. Let Grealish actually sit in the hole.
Behind Kane.
And then possibly at a certain point, at the certain point you have to risk it. You take out Sterling for Sancho, pace for pace. Or you would have taken out you take out one midfielder in the Rice, because Rice was getting tired. You could see.
Yeah.
You take out Rice and put somebody else like Sancho, another fast player to help with Sterling. Go all out and try and win it in 90 minutes.
But the thing is, he brought on Grealish and switched Sterling to the. Did he switch Sterling's wing to the right? And Sterling became ineffective. Yeah,
because Sterling can't really do with his left foot. Yeah, much. He can put on there. He's better on the left. He cuts in and he plays. All you have to do, and that's what he's been doing essentially. Yeah, most of the time. So you start on the front foot and you kill these guys with pace. If that don't work, you can always revert to type. Easy. It's not a problem. It's easy to try. It's easy to try and shut the game down. But like you've got to tell Kane to get into the box and then just bring in. You got Grealish, there's 3 attackers behind him, whatever 3 you want, behind Kane, and Kane just has to sit in the box, gets a chance and scores or has a shot on target. He had no shot at all.
But the thing is, you can play Kane. Kane can come deep, but you've got to have the wide guys going beyond him and coming in. And that's the problem. What they wasn't doing, they wasn't going beyond it. And if you've got
the second half, though,
in the second half,
in the first half, Kane was looking like that first 20 minutes.
But Kane was doing what I thought someone else was supposed to do. He was dropping Mount and spreading the ball. And I thought that's what Mount was supposed to be doing. But Kane was doing it. And it was working because Emerson was struggling at left back because he just couldn't get out there quick enough. It would have been interesting to see if England did play the same tactic with Spinazzola playing. Because he's quick, he's much quicker. But Emerson just wasn't getting out. Even on the goal, he thought, can he get there? But he didn't bust the gut to get there.
But you see,
his game got better in the second half.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we're in agreement that Southgate should have made his changes sooner.
Yep.
I'm assuming we're all in agreement that maybe Mount shouldn't have started, or
no, it should have.
It should have been taken out sooner. Now the question is, what does this tell you? So what else did Southgate get wrong? I think there's one thing you guys haven't said that I think he got totally wrong. What else do you think he got wrong?
What, you talking about the penalties?
No. Throughout the game, before we get to the penalties.
Throughout the game? Well, for me, those are the main things. They tried to hold a lead for 88 minutes instead of going for the juggler, which is what we kind of already discussed.
He should have taken out Harry Kane.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
He ain't going to do that. He ain't going to do that.
There's so many games he should have taken out Harry Kane and he didn't, so...
No, I can understand that he was trying to get confidence back for Harry Kane. You know, the guy hadn't scored, blah, blah, blah.
But who cares if he scores as long as you win?
Everybody cares, man. I saw you jumping and shouting against Germany when he scored that header. I saw you. Because a goal went in, not because Harry Kane scored it. So it doesn't matter
really who scored it. Yeah, who cares if Harry Kane scores? Unless it was Saka, that's a different story. But anyway.
Oh, that would have been a different story.
Yeah.
To me, the longer he left Kane on, it made the Benici and Chiellini were gonna gobble that up all day. Because to me, the thing that's gonna trouble those guys is gonna be pace running down the channels and at no point was that happening. Getting behind him.
The thing is, when Harry Kane was coming out, Chiellini and Bonucci were not going to follow him because they knew that if they get sucked out, there's an issue, especially with those guys bombing on the left and right.
Yes.
If you notice in the first half, when Harry Kane was coming up and doing all those midfield moves, Chiellini and Bonucci didn't even bother following him. He always let Kane free.
Yeah. And
the 3 Italian midfielders couldn't track him because they had to track the other guys. But when he started getting tired and the Italians got into the game and Chiellini and these boys were comfortable, come on. You have Rashford on the bench that can go through the middle. You have Sancho, people that can actually turn around and look at these boys. You have these boys that will run at them, which Chiellini and Bonucci don't want. They don't want you to run at them because they know, look, man, if it's pace for pace, I have to follow this guy. It's
yellow. So but here's the bottom line, yeah? Here's the bottom line. Kane, well, it's not only his fault, to be fair, but essentially keeping on Kane killed England the way that starting Kane killed Spurs in the Champions League final when they shouldn't have started him. Because they're so intent on this Kane being the talisman to win the game. I don't really understand the concepts.
It's an England thing.
Yeah, but why does it have to be Kane? Why
it has to be that type of player. They used to have it with Shearer. They used to have it with Rooney. Beckham. They have to have. There's a player that they put on such a pedestal that even if the guy's broken, they will still.
Yeah, but I get that. But it worked throughout the other games. Got away with it. But in a final, it doesn't matter. Kane's still going to come on the pitch and hold the trophy if England win. I don't understand. You can clearly see the guy's struggling. He's ineffective. Okay, yeah. Near the end, you might keep him on because he might score a penalty, which he did actually. But we're still at 45, 50 minutes, and the guy's not doing anything. you've got to make the decision. So if you ain't taking him off, then you need to bring on somebody else to support him and tell him to get his ass in the box. All he's got to do is just stay in the box at least. But he's coming. He was in midfield, dying, doing Cruyff turns, falling over because he had no gas left in the tank. It's obvious. Everybody can see it. Well, everybody of a certain.
Not everybody. Clearly, not everybody.
Everybody of a certain pigment, no, can see it. Facts.
Well, so now let's go towards the penalty. Let's go towards the penalty. Now, I know with all the racial situation happening and people attacking Rashford, Sancho, and Saka, all that is rubbish. You shouldn't be doing that. However, I don't buy the idea that Saka shouldn't have taken the penalty. I don't.
Yeah, why not? He's a professional footballer.
No, yeah, but everybody's talking about, oh, he's 19 years old. How can he lead the team? Blah, 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 blah. Which brings me to another mistake I think Southgate made. He obviously, when he was bringing Rashford and Sancho on, he obviously had picked his 5 for the penalties. Now, personally, I don't believe you should have a predefined 5 penalty players for your team. I believe you should go, who wants to play this? And Grealish just said, I asked to play 1, but the manager said he had picked his 5. So I think that was the problem. Not to mention that Rashford is my boy. I love him, blah, blah. But that penalty, really,
Terrible.
that penalty that penalty was just, I mean, he had beaten the keeper.
What was wrong with the penalty? Apart from, all right, he hit the post, yeah?
No power, no conviction.
But he sent the keeper completely the wrong way. So he done it. So he done what he needed to do. Well, he sent the keeper. No, he sent the keeper the wrong way.
Tell me. So obviously, all of us have played football. Yada yada yada. Uh-huh. So I called Belotti's miss. The first.
I called it as well.
It was too straight. Too straight. Uh-huh. There's no way you want to bend your body that the keeper already knows where you're going. Uh-huh. Now with Rashford's one, okay, yes, pause, do all that. But I don't think he was convinced playing that ball. I mean, even when he played it, you could see it was just, I mean, I felt for the guy. Sancho's penalty was good, but Donnarumma is just a good keeper.
Yes. He read it.
Yeah, he read it.
The thing with those 2 last penalties, yeah? With Donnarumma, he's like 8 foot, right? Once he starts diving early in the right direction, he's saving it basically.
Yeah.
Right. So with Saka and Sancho, they were decent penalties, but he'd already started moving before they.
Yep. And they played it too high, anyways, for him.
They played it at a level where he can save it.
Whatever level they put, as long as it was not top corner, he's saving that because he's already moved and he's already crossed the halfway. He's massive. There's no penalties going past him that way. So you've got to send him the wrong way, to be fair, or do what Maguire did and roof it.
Yep, that's to me. That's the best tactic. I mean, it's risky because if you miss that, man, it's rosy. But that's actually that was the best penalty of the day, Maguire.
Yeah, but the thing is this: with Saka and Sancho, those guys. I mean, it was a roll of the dice. That's a fairy tale story, or it's your hero, your villain, like all penalties. But with them, because they're
I think I'm not sure that Southgate actually picked his 5 beforehand. I don't know if he's saying. I don't know if he's saying that to like.
I think he did.
Kind of like help them or protect them to a degree, so he gets the flack for it. But
no, but why did they need protection? Because throughout the years, England never won a bloody penny kick.
That's because he's got his own back. No, but that's because he's got his own backstory because he missed it in '96.
Yeah, he missed it, but he's not the only one.
Yeah, but he's the manager now, so he can think about it from a perspective of, I've done it. I know what they're gonna go through. They're gonna get ridiculed. We missed the semi-final. I missed the penalty in the semi-final, and then take that and put it on those players. Whether they ask for it or not, yeah. But that's human nature. That's what people do. Yeah. So he's come up with a protection mechanism for those players, right? Because he missed the semi-final, penalty in the semi-final, and knows what it's like to be abused to a degree. Yeah. But
well, really, because man got a piece of deal out.
Yeah, I know that, but you know what I mean.
I can't see Saka getting one.
You know what I mean, right? But the thing is,
Nando's.
the thing is, any of those players on the pitch, they're professional players. They can go and take a penalty. I think they got the order slightly wrong.
Well, we said
slightly wrong, and then plus I think Sancho and Rashford, if you're gonna bring them on to take penalties, bring them on a little bit earlier.
Yeah, to have a little bit of,
you know what I mean, so they can get a feel of the ball and stuff.
Do you really need the feel of the ball to play?
Really? I mean,
Yeah,
it
you
might
do.
help.
This is not American football, man. You don't need.
No,
you
but
do. You do.
It's the confidence. The confidence. You know, you've had a good game. If you touch it, you might feel a bit more confident. But ultimately, in that arena, everyone's going to be.
There would have been nothing harming him bringing them on a few minutes earlier.
Won the game. Might have won the game.
Well, there would have been. There might have been a lot of harm, considering the fact that Rashford came in and played right back. So maybe, I mean, leaving him on there. Imagine Rashford playing right back for like 10 minutes.
But why don't you put Saka there? Put Saka at left back and never go on the other side, because Saka can play left back. It would have been easy.
Well, it should have been.
In fact, that's what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah, but if he's picked his 5 before the game, and yeah, to me that's a wrong tactic, because it's about people that feeling confident in the game for them to go up and stroke a penalty.
But it don't matter if you feel confident or not. Well, with Rashford penalty maybe, but those guys feeling confident. The way they took the penalty, this guy just dived the right way. He guessed the right way, and we went early. So even if you were feeling more confident in the world, he's dived the right way.
Yeah, but you walking, you putting your hand up and saying, "Oh, I'm going to take a penalty," is different than you being on a list that's already been agreed. You might not be feeling too tough. You might be feeling a bit tired. Okay,
but Hendo's brave. Hendo would have said, "I'll take one" if he was still on the pitch, but he can't.
But that's it.
Well, we would never know. But
one thing I'd like to say about the penalties, though, Pickford did make a fantastic save against Jorginho.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, man. I didn't expect him to be as good in penalties as he was. I mean, the first save was. I mean, my problem is, so my mom is an English fan. Surprise. And then she's there watching the game, and even my mom goes, "This guy is too jittery. Somebody needs to tell him to relax." But during the game, she's like, every time Pickford has the ball, I get scared because he's too.
That's him. Mm-hmm.
But when the way he saved the first penalty, I was like, wow, this is impressive. But unfortunately, I think he had a very good tournament. I mean, before all this and the whole situation, Pickford is actually my English player of the tournament. In my opinion. I mean, I know Sterling and everybody else did well, but if you look at the saves in the game, even the final against Italy, those 2 saves. Yes, against Denmark, you could say, he should have saved the free kick, blah blah blah. But to me, I think Pickford is number 1 player for me in the tournament.
He's a good goalkeeper. He just has the worst trait for a goalkeeper. Is that he doesn't instill relaxation in the defenders. He makes everyone on edge with some of the decisions that he makes. He can do something crazy at any time.
He's like an outfield player playing in goal.
He doesn't bring that sense of calmness to his back line.
Wow.
In a penalty shootout, he's one of those ones that he could probably turn around and say 4 out of 5 penalties. He has got ability, but the thing is, he's just erratic. He's erratic to the worst degree. Even like things on pass backs and kick, you always see him. The ball will go nowhere near the goal, and he'll dive.
And he's a baller.
He just like there's things there's no need like, and he's yeah.
Oh well. Well, he had a very good tournament. So now we're gonna go to the other team. We're gonna start in reverse order. It's always wonderful when it works. It looks amazing. It actually looked amazing in the semi-final. But against England, Jorginho's penalty, really, like, you were at the point that you could have won it for Italy at that point without Saka having to miss. What in the world was he thinking? What kind of penalty was that?
Well, it's the same penalty, but just the different side.
No, my problem with Jorginho's penalty is usually when somebody's about to play penalty, you expect the keeper to guess. Not the player to guess what he wants to do. He actually makes the decision just before
he's about to strike it. So, if the keeper stands up, right, and doesn't commit to a way, they would actually save the penalty.
I've never understood why keepers, especially the way he plays it, and because he hits it so slowly, if you actually wait, you might be able to catch that penalty.
If you look at the ones that save him, they stand up very long. They don't dive early. They don't commit, because as soon as you commit, he just switches it to the other side, because he doesn't hit it with power.
Yep.
He doesn't hit it with power. He just waits for the keeper to commit, and then he taps it to the other side.
it's a penalty to actually embarrass the keeper. Like, oh, look at me, happy kiboo. It's one of those. It's also one of those penalties. But in the final, yes, in the semi-final, it was amazing. Last kick, wonderful. But that penalty was whack. I think generally in this tournament, apart from the France-Switzerland game, the penalties were quite whack. When you think about it, the tournament had whack penalties. But apart from the penalties, what can we use to fault this Italian team? Which brings me back to the point that, Mike, don't you think Steve owes us an apology, considering the fact that he said Italy had not?
Yes. I think we called it. We called it back then that Italy would get to the final.
And he was like, "No, we need the proper test."
I thought that I didn't think they would. I didn't expect them to be Spain and Belgium along the route, or France.
No, hold on. You didn't
but I was wrong. Say again.
You were murking them after the first game. We were like, "Oh, mate."
No, I admitted and said I didn't watch them, and I said after the first group stages, and we had a chat. I said, "Oh, they look all well, but I would like to see against the side that retains possession, a team like Belgium or Spain. I think they will struggle, and they proved me wrong."
So just drop £50 in my account and we'll call it quits then, innit?
Say again?
Drop £50 in my account and we'll call it quits.
£50 what? I did say that England will get to the final, though.
Did you?
Yes, I did. I said if they beat Germany, they're going all the way to the final.
That's a caveat. If
That's no caveat. That's no caveat. Against the Germany game, I said it.
Yeah, mate.
So, if you were Bonucci and Cellini, call it quits? Or with, because the next tournament is next year. Can Cellini and Bonucci perform at 37 and 35?
They can perform, but Italy won't get the same results.
That's what everybody thought this time around.
But this time,
different. There's more teams in it.
Well, more games. So they get tired.
Not only more games, but you got South America. You got teams from other continents in it. Now, I think they'll struggle, and heat is a factor if it's in Qatar. So I just think that in the World Cup, not to say that they'll get banged out first round, but I just don't think. I think they'll get found out.
The thing is that everybody thought they would get found out this time, though. So when you look at Cellini, first of all, player of the tournament for me. I'll tell you why. Not just because, if you want to start looking at skill for skill, you can call other players, but the passion. I'll tell you one of the best things Cellini did in the tournament. So against Spain, when Locatelli missed the first kick, and when Jorginho scored that winner, and everybody was running towards Jorginho, Cellini was holding Locatelli in the middle and celebrating with this guy, just to prop the guy that I told you, we'll make it through, blah, blah, blah. And the way he looks, always happy, smiling. Hugging Jordi Alba.
Even.
Yeah, but he does all that. But you hold the ball, you rip out your neck as
Saka.
Saka found out.
You know what he did as well? Man did it to Saka and then try smiling with him and pick him up.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing, man. He knows what he's doing.
Him and Bonucci, obviously, apart from even winning the tournament, that defensive pairing was wonderful. And the only time a team ran at them was when Spain's goal against them, when they actually ran at them, and then Cellini was forced to come out. And of course, they beat him with pace. But it's surprising the other teams didn't actually use that.
No team done it. No team done it. They went decide, like, people, even when Lukaku was up against, they played into the hand. They tried to be physical or try and play the ball long and head it on and all that business there. It's not gonna work with those guys. It's all in front of them.
As soon as you run past these guys, they're gonna foul you. But whether they get a card or not is irrelevant. But they're gonna foul you because you're gonna. That's what they do. So they keep a tight unit. But you can see that Saka and Sterling at times we're getting through, but then they get mobbed.
That's one thing I found interesting yesterday is that throughout the whole tournament with England, you're playing two holding midfielders in Rice and Phillips. Yeah, he never played Grealish behind Kane.
Yeah,
push Kane up, push Kane on Cellini and Bonucci. Yeah, and let Grealish operate behind him and see if one of them come out. To try and break it up, someone to carry the ball, but it never happened.
Could it be if you do that? Because if I see that you're doing that as a manager, all I need to do is send in a man marker in the midfield, because I know your two holding midfielders won't push up. And if we take out your main attacking player, that means, especially the way Italy plays.
But then you can put Grealish on the left and bring Sterling in the middle. You could bring Saka from the right, and you could mix it around. England really do not need to play with everyone in set positions. They need to be moving about, especially up the front line. Use Kane as a target man, and then the three other ones just move around. One place in the middle.
Before last season, Kane's biggest attribute everyone talks about was finishing. That's it.
Because he shoots more than everyone else, but carry on.
Still, finishing. Nobody talks about his hold-up play. No one talks about him passing, until this Mourinho season. Before that, Kane was just out-and-out goal scorer. In the Prem, when he's done a look 4-9, suddenly that's that attribute. His underlying attribute is he finishes, well, used to anyway. Yeah, he needs to be in the box. He's not fast. He's a decent passer and that. But what's the point of that when you've got the Mounts, you've got the Fodens, you've got all these people that can pass the ball, but they're not finishers. Your one great hope of finishing is never in the box. I just don't understand. He just needs to be in the box. That's it.
Well, if you go back to Italy, they have a decent average age for the squad, apart from, of course, the two granddaddies.
But they'll replace them with somebody else.
Yeah, but replacing them though, will you be able to find that combination? And moving forward, what do you see? What do you think Mancini can bring this magic continuously for the Italian team?
Yeah, why not?
I think he's found the formula, and it will be hard to break it now, because it's not traditional to say, oh, he's only picking from certain clubs. He's basically saying any Italian playing in any team can make their way into the national side.
Yeah, but other teams will step up now that they see how they play, because Italians pretty much didn't change their style of play.
But Mancini's an experienced manager. He's got Vialli on the bench as well, so he can adapt.
He has Vialli, he has De Rossi.
Yeah, he can adapt. So I don't think that if he went for a period where they were not getting results and starting to struggle, that he wouldn't adapt the side to change their style of play to a degree, like a little tweak and stuff. Because he's an experienced manager. Yeah,
and also it's one thing to know what someone's going to do. The other thing is to actually stop them. Arjen Robben used to always cut in his left. Everyone knows he's going to do that, but you still have to stop him.
Even the ball knew he was going to cut it.
Yeah, exactly. Because look at Mancini. Look at Mancini yesterday. Yeah, he pulled off people that need to be pulled off.
Yep.
When they were tired, he took out Insignia. Verratti come off. He took them off. Forget the name. He took them off. It's about the team, and that's where Southgate fell down. He wasn't prepared to take people.
But Southgate hasn't been guilty of that, though. He doesn't listen to the outside noise, and he has never really played players just because they were wonderful. I mean, he has the problem of taking them out.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Yesterday he just wasn't prepared to make the same changes. You know what I mean? Italy, they made their 6 changes, I think.
I don't even see why he bothered to take Dominic Calvert-Lewin at all. Because even one time when he came on and played to the left. It's like, what's this about? Yeah, I don't understand, because you're never going to take off Kane. You're not. So why bring another striker? Oh, in case he gets injured. He's injured, he'll still play him anyway.
But as you said, the interesting thing will be to replace the centre backs when and how, because ideally you'd want to bring someone in to play alongside one of them. But will he find another pairing to just slot in?
Italians historically love defending anyway, so I'm sure they've got defenders there. Just ain't gonna look in, because those two are so strong.
Yeah, but these days too, they like attacking now. And it's funny how the same guys that love defending are the same ones that want to attack. Well, it was. I feel this tournament was really amazing. Though. It was nice, good matches, a lot of talking points. We hope and pray that Eriksen, continues to heal and get stronger. I think the Danish were good. A lot of players actually played well. So we are going to pick our top 5 players, boys. Top 5 players of the entire tournament. And please don't go and pick half of the Italian team. So pick your top 5 players across the tournament. Or we can even make it a bit more difficult and tell you to pick your top 11 from all the teams.
5.
All right, pick your top 5. Let's go. Steve, let's go.
In no particular order, it will be Raheem Sterling, Spinazzola, I can't pronounce his name, the Italian goalkeeper.
Donnarumma.
Yeah. Yeah. How many is that? 3?
Yep.
Who else? Who really caught my attention?
De Bruyne.
No, not De Bruyne was okay, but he wasn't even at times the best player for Belgium sometimes.
Dumfries was sick for Netherlands.
Yeah, he was good. Unfortunately, man, he was cut short.
I'm gonna think about my other 2. I'll come back.
All right, so I'll take Sterling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take Spinazzola. Yeah. I'll take Dumfries.
Yep.
That 3. I like that Patrick Schick as well, but I can't short, but striker-wise, of all the strikers that played, he was up there, I would say. What's that, 4?
I forgot one.
Who?
Pedri.
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 Oh, I have him. That's my 5th.
Pedri. Yeah, fair. I can't believe he's 18.
Yep, he's only 18 and played 1 full season for Barcelona. And even Luis Enrique was saying how he thinks he's actually better than big shout, but I think he's better than Iniesta.
Yeah. He just missed. I think it's only about 2 minutes he missed out of the whole tournament, isn't it?
Yep, and I think he had about 100% accuracy against Italy or something like that.
Yeah.
Accurate pass. I mean, I would pick Pickford.
Oh yeah.
Pickford, Spinazzola, Schick, Pedri.
Oh, you copy me.
And Pogba.
Oh yeah, Pogba was decent, man.
Pogba was decent. He went out early though, and that's the only problem.
Yeah, that's the only problem. But the guy was sublime in this tournament.
Yeah, he was doing some passes like through the lines.
He was playing. The big thing for me with Pogba, he was playing with freedom.
Oh yeah,
that's what he seemed to be playing. He just seemed to be playing no shackles off. Let me just go and do my thing. And yeah,
I forgot about him. Pogba was decent.
So the 2.
But now to come back to Man United, it'll be back to normal, innit?
Well, there's actually valuation that was put on today. He has 1 year left in his Man United contract. So, and they don't know if he's going to sign. So Man United have valued him at 50 mil, and if PSG want that, they could come and get it.
Yeah, he should go and play somewhere else. They don't even appreciate him, and at least think with him alone.
But they talking about he's going back. Could be going back to Juve, isn't it?
2 less and
yeah, but I don't know if Allegri wants that, especially if they keep Cristiano Ronaldo in terms of wage bill. I think that might be too. And I remember they still have Dybala there, so.
Yeah, is that dude even playing football?
Yeah, he played towards the end of the season, but
how come he's only Italian team? He's Italian, isn't it? No, he's
Argentinian.
Did he play in the Copa America?
No, I don't think he started.
The final.
I don't think he started, but he was. I don't even know if he was in the squad.
Messi missed the sitter, man, at the end as well in that final.
He was still player of the tournament.
Yeah.
Most goals, most assists, most everything. And which brings me to my next talking point, especially with 2 of you as wonderful.
Oh, I know where he's going.
Gunners.
I know where he's going.
Martinez, baby. Martinez for Argentina. Keeper of the tournament, no argument. Had a wonderful Copa America.
Yeah.
I mean, I always ask this question, and everybody always gives me answers. Sometimes the same, sometimes different. Really, was Leno better than Martinez?
No.
Is this the one? Is this the one that you're going to say I'm going to disagree on?
No.
Was Leno better than Martinez? Because Steve thinks so. Steve definitely thinks.
It's not.
No. The thing with the Leno Martinez situation, okay, is that until Leno got injured, he wasn't playing. Okay, so he come in and he played 8 games. If it wasn't enough to make such a drastic change to make him the number 1.
Why?
for the club. Not over 8 games, because I didn't think he was the number one beforehand. It's not saying I'm a new manager coming in. I've got the 2 keepers there already.
No, but
yeah, he's been at the club for 10 years. Yeah,
so
I've got the 2 keepers there already. Yeah, I haven't said it's a battle for number 1. It's a clear 1 and 2. He's come in, he's played 8 games, yes, but my number 1 comes back in. If my number 1 drops form, say again.
Who bought Leno? Was it Arteta?
No, that was Emery.
Right. So
Emery?
So wait, hold on. So then your number 1, is it? It's not Arteta's number 1. It's the number 1 that was there when you got there. So
Yeah.
18 games. This guy is doing bits. He keeps playing until he's not doing bits, and then Leno takes over. You can't. The guy can't have 8 fantastic games. And no reason other than Leno's fit now. You drop the guy. Keep playing the guy.
But that's how goalkeepers work. That's how goalkeepers work at clubs.
But he's not Arteta's number 1, is he? When Arteta arrived there, he was number 1. So Martinez was never in his mind to say, "Oh, can this guy rival for number 1?"
No. He won. When the conversation came up at the end of the season, according to reports, is that it was going to be, he wasn't going to make him a clear number 1. Yeah. So Martinez wanted game time. Yeah. And Arteta wasn't going to guarantee him that.
Yeah, but wasn't that same report that said, he doesn't have a number 1, that the keepers will actually fight for the shirt?
They have to fight for the shirt.
Yeah, but
how they fight if you put Leno back in?
How they fighting if you're going to assess him and say,
I think that's just paper talk. It's a bit like Henderson and De Gea at Man United. They're gonna fight for the shirt. No, they're not. They've picked a number 1. You have to pick a number. You can't fight for the shirt. So how long do you go? You can't just change the keeper game to game to game.
You can't.
So
Wenger did it in the day.
Yeah, why not?
And what stability did it bring?
And all 3 keepers won the league, if I remember.
Which 3 keepers?
3 or 2 or both.
Who did he do it with? Almunia Fabianski.
I can't remember.
Almunia Fabianski. It's chop and change. And it didn't bring you no consistency at the back.
But hold on. So what you're saying is, or I think you're saying, that Leno is not better than Martinez. But because Leno is like the older brother, he was born first example, yeah? Therefore, he must always start. The younger brother's better.
There wasn't enough, right, to make that switch to go from your number 1's Leno to make Martinez number 1. It was for an injury. It wasn't through loss of form.
But Leno's not your number 1. If Arteta had bought Leno, I'd understand why he's backing Leno. But you didn't even buy Leno. Leno was there when you came.
But Martinez was there with this, and Martinez was never number 1.
This is why
people are only talking about Martinez because he had the 8 games, and he left the club. Yeah, okay, where were Arsenal fans talking for the last 10 years? No.
Let me ask you one question, Steve. Though. Let me ask you one question. Though. I know everybody says hindsight is wonderful, but clearly, and when you look at what Martinez is doing now, surely you can make the argument that, come on, that guy should have been given the same chance.
Leno is not better than Martinez. He's not. Don't matter whether he's number 1 for first or not, or how long. In this moment in time now, nobody can say that Leno is better than Martinez. Don't matter whether he's number 1 for ages. Don't matter for 10 years. So what? If Eddie and Nketiah start scoring 25, 30 goals, he's like, he's been there for 10 years, so he's put back on the bench. No, you're not. You'll keep on playing him. Why would you not play him? Because he's on form. He's on form, and he deserves to fight for the fight.
Yeah, but when was the decision about Martinez and Leno was made over the summer? And Martinez decided that what Arsenal offered him wasn't enough because he wasn't going to get guaranteed game time, so he left.
No, but he decided to leave because he knew he wasn't going to be number 1. I don't think it was money then.
No, I didn't say money. He wasn't going to get game time.
Okay,
he wasn't going to get the game time he wanted because he wanted to play in the Copa America. He wanted to be Argentina's number 1.
Okay, so then a year later, Arsenal rumors are that they're looking for that the guy who plays in the Dutch league or China.
Onana.
Onana, whatever. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that geezer. A year later, does that say to you that Arsenal had full confidence in Leno?
No, not Leno, but with that though, you can't use that point because Leno is a good keeper, but they wanted a strong number 2. So at the moment, who's your number 2 now?
Brunison.
You see?
Listen, you know he is, but the thing is, that's where Leno gets complacent because he definitely knows that, mate. Even if I lose form, I'm not going to drop. I'm not going to lose my position. Yeah. If you're in a position, if you're in a position where your number 2 is really good, yeah, and you lose form, not injury, lose form, yeah, and he comes in and takes your place, it's going to be a long time before you get that position back.
Keeper, man.
Say again.
I ain't dropping no keeper, man.
He said that. Of course he will. Why wouldn't he?
Because he's number 1, like you said. He's my number 1. Number
1. Mike, every club has a number 1. Every club has a number 1 at some point. De Gea and Henderson's a prime example. They started with De Gea being the number 1, but De Gea's form, yeah, and he doesn't seem to be happy. Okay. They've said Henderson.
Right,
and Henderson's been in the say again.
Yeah, but De Gea wasn't dropped because of form though. This season.
Why was he dropped?
Once he went for his paternity leave, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't because of form, because even before that, De Gea was still starting.
So you think that if he was on top form, he wouldn't have come straight back into the side?
No, because first of all, this is like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So not before the end of 2 seasons ago, when De Gea was going up and down, and Henderson was having a wonderful time for Sheffield.
Mm-hmm.
They decided, you know what? Let's bring Henderson back. De Gea continues to fumble. Henderson becomes number 1. Now they bring Henderson back. De Gea steps up.
He's got a strong number. He's got a strong number 2.
He has a strong number 2 because regardless of what De Gea did, Romeo was never going to bench him, even if Romeo was doing well. Henderson comes back. De Gea steps up. Now Henderson has actually made basic mistakes in 1 or 2 games. However, De Gea was still playing, and people were going, "Oh, who's going to be number 1? Henderson is wonderful. Henderson keeps knocking on the door of the manager. When am I going to start? Yada, yada, yada. Blah, blah, blah." De Gea was still starting. But once De Gea went for paternity, 2 weeks ago, Solskjaer had his perfect excuse. And in those 2 weeks, Henderson had wonderful games. So, oh, man. And that, which actually backs Mike's point, because in the 2 weeks, Henderson was having a wonderful time. The guy comes like, yeah, Henderson is playing well. Relax yourself. So Martinez had 8 wonderful games.
No
mistakes.
And you got to the end of the season.
Yep. And then and then
he played the cup final. He got to the end of the season.
And then you now say, oh, I don't have a number 1. So it's different if you change the season. You say, oh, I don't have a number 1, battle it out. But as you say, these keepers all know what these managers are thinking and what everybody's talking about. Martinez knew, this guy is not going to make me number 1. So he went to Villa, which he knew that.
Yeah, but then what is it? If he's come to the end of the season and he's not said, and he says, I don't have a number 1, yeah, Martinez wasn't prepared. He's not going to battle it out. So what you're saying is that at that point, Arteta should have said, Martinez is my number 1.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
You could have said, look, man, this guy has had a wonderful time. Leno, you need to fight back for your shirt.
Yeah, simple.
Come on, Steve, you know this.
It's not as if after 8 more games, and it's clear that Martinez is wacky D, that Leno can't go back in. It's not like that's not.
Yeah, but no one knows how that situation going to play. You're talking in the close season. It's not to say they were playing games and they made the decision.
Now.
You got to the end. No, but you've got to the end of the season. Yeah,
hold on.
You're at the end of the season.
Hold on. What's the harm in doing what we just said? Because you've still got the whole of that season to chop it as you wish. Instead of seeing where this could potentially lead, you've sold the geezer now.
He didn't want to stay. The guarantees that the club wanted to give him, he didn't want to stay. So I don't understand what people are expecting the club to do.
Okay, but if that was a striker, you wouldn't be doing that. You'd be going, well, I don't know.
Okay. Wait.
You know what?
No.
We're gonna sell you then.
No. The last 2 months of the season or whatever, yeah, the last 8 games of the season, Aubameyang gets injured, yeah, and Ketia comes in. That's the example you gave.
No,
yeah. At the
come on. First of all, what? First of all, relax.
I'm listening.
Take a sip of that drink.
I'm listening, mate. I'm listening. I'm fine.
First of all, I don't think you can compare the positions in terms of striking. I don't think you can. And
why?
I'll tell you why. One, with a striker is very different. And in the goalkeeping situation, the distinction between those two wasn't massive. It wasn't like Neuer and maybe I don't know Neuer and Leno. It wasn't
But,
like
but
it wasn't
JJ, everyone says that, yeah. Everyone says that.
it wasn't
right?
like the
But
difference was so massive.
no,
between them.
but everyone says that. But no one can mention Martinez's name before Leno got injured.
Yeah,
Nobody.
But we're mentioning it. We're
So
mentioning,
if he was really that good, why weren't people talking about it?
Well, how would we know?
Arsenal needed a top goalkeeper for a long time.
But how would we know if
Yeah.
he's not playing? How would we know how good he is if he's not playing?
So how are you going to make a decision based on 8 games to say that's your number one goalkeeper?
8 games, 2 months.
Yeah.
Well, it's not 8 minutes. 8 games.
Games, yes.
Consistently.
Due to the other player getting injured.
Oh right. So
yeah.
What
It's not loss of form.
Whoa. So what happened with Aki? Yeah, Aki they paid what 50 mil for him, is it? Man got injured. They went and bought Ruben Diaz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Aki come back into the team?
I don't.
So what he's trying to say is that Ruben Diaz comes in, plays wonderful. Ake can't get back into the team simply because they didn't have the mindset of Ake is our number one.
Yeah, but again, right? As I said, this happened and they got to the end of the season. You don't know what was going to happen next season.
You know what, mate? Facts are, you've lost your membership to the Goalkeepers Club because me and him are defending the goalkeeper. You should. Why am I defending?
But the thing is, no. See, you're getting it wrong. I'm not saying Martinez is a bad keeper. He's a very good goalkeeper. But people are trying
to be number one.
No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. I've never said that. Right? What I'm saying is people are basing on making your number one because he came in and filled in for the one that got injured. Yeah. Why wasn't that? If he was of that caliber, why wouldn't they have made that decision beforehand? Why wouldn't we hear Martinez?
Let me ask you this though.
You didn't even hear the situation about Martinez and Leno before the injury to say like how it is with Henderson and De Gea.
How would I do that if I haven't seen the guy play like that?
Because if he's that good, he's been out on loan. He's been at the club 10 years. So how many goalkeepers have we been through? How many goalkeepers have we been through?
Are you saying? What you're saying here right now? Okay, I'm going to say this so we can just end this because I have another question to ask. So what you're saying here is that the lack of what's the word? So the fact that the Arsenal team or the teams before these different managers couldn't recognize how wonderful Martinez is, it means that he's crap.
No, I didn't say he's crap. They didn't have belief in him, and what he's done is gone out and proven all of them wrong.
And you?
So
has he? I've never said he's crap. I've never ever said Martinez is crap. No. I've never ever said Martinez is crap. I've never said that.
Okay, but
never said he's a crap goalkeeper.
But you're defending the decision not to make him number one.
When it's obvious that it was a mistake. It's obvious it was a mistake.
I mean, right now.
Or better, he's as good as, or in my opinion, better than Leno. So whatever you want to say about nobody will recognize his ability, 8 games, stuff. And we all know it, is that he's as good as or better than Leno. So whatever, that's a mistake. It's become a mistake.
All right. So this is one situation that, especially as I know how two of you are very wonderfully stubborn, that we can go on all night. So just
leave it to admit it's a mistake. Leave it to a mistake.
No. It's not about a mistake, Mike. You cannot take. You can wait. You lot cannot wait. No, you lot cannot take a piece of an argument, right, and try and put words in my mouth. At no point have I ever. I
didn't take anything.
At no point have I ever said that Martinez is a rubbish keeper. Never said that. Okay. Yeah, I've said what Arsenal were offering him after his spell at 8 games. Yeah, he wanted game time. Okay, he said he felt that he should have been starting the guaranteed number one. He wanted to play for Argentina. He wanted to represent Copa America. Yeah, Arsenal weren't going to give him that because their guy was Leno. Yeah, and based on the 8 games, my argument is before those 8 games, Arsenal fans. Tell me about Martinez. They cannot do it.
Irrelevant.
Okay,
it's not irrelevant, Mike.
One second. I'll ask you this though. So one of the points that you're using, that we didn't know who he was before, but now that we know who he was, even with 8 games, is that not good enough to give him?
No, it's not because he was shit before.
Say again.
I said you didn't know him before the 8 games.
Yeah. But now, Arsenal fans didn't know him before the 8 games.
Okay,
yeah?
No, forget about Arsenal fans.
Go on, yeah.
This is Grassroot Chats.
Yeah, go, all right. Go on. Yeah, go on.
But don't you think the 8 games was good enough? to at least make him be number one?
In that situation,
like that. He knows he's two steps
no,
ahead.
no. In that situation, no, because I've got someone there already. I need my number one to know that if he slips up, that he's gonna be replaced. Yeah, it's not a guarantee. It's not a situation like at Liverpool where you've got Alisson and Adrian. Yeah,
because we've got Ronaldson, so it is guaranteed.
Can I finish? It's not the situation that's at Liverpool where you've got Adrian and Alisson. Yeah, Alisson's out. As soon as he comes back, he's going to replace Adrian. Yeah, if you've got healthy competition in the goalkeeper position, you want two very, very good goalkeepers. Yeah, unfortunately, one is still going to be the number one. Yeah, one is always going to be the number one.
Based on more times played, right?
Yeah, that's how it works with goalkeepers.
Anyway,
Chris Woods is a fantastic goalkeeper, but never got a shot because Peter Shilton was always there.
No worries. Moving on from this topic, which we might probably visit at some point. Moving on, we'll take on to the last topic, and based on what we've seen in the Euros, and it's one on that topic that I need to go back to because of what we've seen. So a lot of people will probably say it was manager's preference or different situation. So we finally had a platform where Foden versus Saka could be actually spoken about when it had nothing to do with their clubs. So now, I asked this question before, and I don't know. I can't remember. I think I remember what Mike said. Not that I remember what you said, Steve. But Foden and Saka, is there still an argument that Foden is a class higher than Saka, or is it just manager's preference?
Do you want to go first?
Pick your pick.
No, Steve, you go first, Steve.
Why do you want me to go first?
Ladies first, just stick on.
This guy. So it's like what I said when we approached this topic before, is that Foden, for me, the interesting thing with Foden is going to be when he's not playing for Man City and the way they play. Yeah, because I think that really does suit his style. He's used to it. Yes, he will play very well for England, but in terms of if you're comparing their effectiveness, yeah, Saka has a little bit more. And I suppose that comes from the fact that he can play different positions as well. So to me, they're just different players. To me, they're different players.
Yeah, but if you need to distinguish them, we'll be looking at impact, wouldn't we, Mike?
Well, that's always my thing. It's about impact. It's not who's better. It's who has the most impact. And that's what wins you the game. It doesn't matter how good you are.
But then impact's going to be the style of play that the team they're in.
Well, they're both playing for the same team now, and Saka looks better. But having said that, I mean, the first games that Foden played, he wasn't all that. Saka come in, did bits, then you think he's better. But I mean, equally, if Foden came back in and had a good game, you might think that he's better. But personally, I think Saka's more effective. But I mean, it might depend on who you're playing and the formation, etc. But he's making it better. He can play more positions.
So did England show that Saka is a bit more dynamic? Is that what it showed? Because everybody could say, oh, Man City plays a particular way. I mean, Wayne Rooney even mentioned the fact that he feels for Foden because he has been groomed to play the Man City way. Mm-hmm. So it's difficult. So are we saying that Saka can adapt better?
Yeah, that's
more dynamic.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, if Southgate leaves, well, to be fair, I think Saka might be done for England anyway, to be honest. But
based on what? Why?
I feel like it, man. I feel like he's done now. What's it? Listen, I'll give you a story. I was speaking to some guy the other day, and Saka's been playing well, like 2-3 games in a row. The guy I had an assist in the semi-final game. The guy says to me, yeah, Saka did all right, but I think Foden Foden be better. Based on what? Nothing, just pure preference. But Foden somehow is magically better because he's got blonde hair. So another manager comes in, they might pick Foden, and then Foden will start. And it doesn't matter whether he's playing well or not. It's because Foden is now your guy. So I think Southgate was a bit more balanced in terms of he picked the best player for his. The next manager will do that. So in the next debate in 2 years' time.
So you think England's going to get rid of Southgate?
No, but I'm saying if Southgate were to leave for whatever reason,
Southgate getting nowhere.
All right, let's say Southgate leaves and then Sam Allardyce gets the job again, gets it back, yeah?
None of them are playing. Sam Allardyce comes in, Jack.
Sam Allardyce comes.
Foden's playing. Grealish is playing. Whether it suits the game or not. And all, by the way, they're all fantastic players. It's not like they're not. But whether it suits the game or not, Foden's playing, and so is Grealish every game, no matter what.
What if Sam Allardyce comes?
As an example, I'd use Sam.
No, well, if we're talking about Sam Allardyce, I can tell you that Antonio is back into the team, even if he has gone to a really big point.
Okay, for Jamaica now. No, you're not.
We've. I think Saka gives you more of an option to beat a man. And go. He'll. But if he stood up 1-on-1 against a fullback, he'll beat a man.
Option to beat a man than Stockport Iniesta.
But you know what? Stockport Iniesta is more likely to score, though.
Is that what they call Foden?
Yep.
Yeah. Stockport Iniesta. Rah. They're just trying to get it for anyone. Rah. But he's more of a. To me, I see Foden's game more of knitting things together. Than to say, he's up against playing even out wide and he's gonna beat man.
But they're both gonna get better over time, even though they're playing for different teams and stuff. Yeah, obviously one of them's got probably a better coach than the other, but they'll progress. But when it comes down to it, I think when Southgate is not there, I'm not seeing.
Yeah, but Southgate is going to be there for a World Cup at least. And even if I think they say they want him to commit for longer, he says.
But I feel like he's considering his position. So anyway, let's see how Saka comes back from. What
considering you reckon Southgate's considering his position now?
That's what it said. He's
no chance. We just got them to a final with tournament. I don't see that.
No,
he might be considering his position. Maybe he misses club football. Maybe he wants to go back now that he's
maybe he feels like he can't this group any further, and this is the highlight of his career.
Maybe his stock has gone up. However, I mean, the English team is still young, so you know.
The man's getting OB for not even winning probably get OB and didn't win the Euro. So what more can you do after that then?
I'll be in shock. I'll be in shock if he left. I'll be in shock. I think the FA would do everything to keep him because who they're going to put in his place?
Sam Allardyce.
You can't. They're not going to make him England manager again, mate. Look at the way he went out last time.
my man was doing deals.
Exactly, and you don't need to make transfer deals. You're the England manager and you're making transfer deals. What kind of nonsense is that?
Anyways, it's been wonderful, boys. Thank you very much. I mean, I feel like actually going back to revisit the Martinez thing, but no.
No, come on, let's go back.
No.
If you're a fraud, you're not even a goalkeeper anymore. You're a fraud.
What are you talking about?
You're having back your own people there.
Okay.
I never said the guy was bad.
Before this boy started again, it was a case of he actually went to Rome and didn't come home. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Grassroots Chats, and we shall see you soon. Goodbye.